everybody, welcome to another video of the SHAK experience where idiots are us, namely me. But in this video, I decided since today is the 18th anniversary of the September 11th attacks on New York City, the Pentagon, and Flight 93 that crashed in Pennsylvania. First of all, I can't believe it's been 18 years already. From my perspective, it seems like it just happened like a couple months ago, really. But I just can't believe it's been 18 years. It's just wow. Yeah, 18 years. Like I said, just thinking right now, just, you know, while I'm doing this video, it's like 18 years. Like I said, it just seems like yesterday. But anyway, like most people that were alive, I should say, back when that happened, because the younger generation wasn't around when that happened. But a lot of us, the little older generation, because I'm old, remember what happened that day. We remember where we're at, how we found out, you know, watching it all unfold on the screen. Me, 18 years ago, I was living in Berwick, Pennsylvania, and when everything was taking place, I was walking to work. I worked at a grocery store out there called Giant, which is basically the same thing as Martin's. I didn't have a car, so I walked everywhere at the time. And I was walking to work and thinking back, it's like, wow, like this is all unfolding while I'm walking to work and I don't even know it. And then I get to work and still no idea what's going on. And I'm seeing customers and like other employees and stuff like walking around, and like some were like have a shocked face and disbelief, and some of the employees, like, they would go on their break and stuff and they'd be like in the break room, you know, crying and stuff. But I never asked what was going on, because I figured if they're crying about something, it's something personal. I wasn't going to invade on their personal life or anything. So I was just like, okay, and I went about my day not knowing what's going on. Nobody was talking about it. And then it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I believe, and it was time for me to go home. And so I went home, and when I got home, you know, like, my mother's sitting there, you know, watching TV, and I'm like, oh, what's going on, you know, in the world today? And she's like, yeah, just look. And I'm looking, I'm watching, and they're showing the replays of the planes hitting the World Trade Center and the Pentagon, and talking about what happened in Shanksville and Flight 93 and all that stuff. And I'm just like, what in the world is going on? Like, you know, we all thought like, oh Lord, World War III is imminent, you know? I mean, like, I'm just sitting there watching, you know, the footage of what happened earlier in that day, and watching the towers coming down, and the explosions, and people jumping out of the buildings, and all that stuff. And it's like, holy crap, this is like our generation's Pearl Harbor, you know? It's like, what is going on? And of course, for like a week, was it a week? Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. It was a while where most programming on TV was basically not regular programming. It was all news about what happened, ground zero, you know, finding out who did it, and it was a terrorist attack, and, you know, about the hijackings and how things went down, and, you know, and then talking about, you know, all the first responders that, you know, responded to this thing, and a lot of them lost their lives trying to help people, you know, just doing what they do and not making out of there alive, you know. And most the ones were like, yeah, would do it again. I mean, it's like, wow, you know. and then seeing like all the families and stuff putting posters up and stuff, looking for their lost loved ones that they couldn't find, they couldn't get a hold of, and they're trying to hold out hope that maybe they didn't die in the collapses and all that stuff, and you know, just seeing all that. And then of course afterwards, all the outpouring of, you know, patriotism and everything else from basically everybody. I mean, like, flags were flying off the shelves, people flying flags in their yard and everything. And you know, most of the time, you know, you really don't see that, especially, you know, like a lot of people around you, like they're not really, you know, flying a flag or, you know, or anything like that. So it was like surreal. Like, it was like, wow, like the country's coming together, you know, and everything. And I mean, it was quite a time, and it was a scary time, you know, especially, you know, then the war on terror starts, and, you know, the main goal, let's go get Osama bin Laden and the Taliban and all that stuff. And of course, we all know it took a few years to get bin Laden and everything, but it was just wow. I mean, what we lived through, like, you know, 18 years ago, and of course, kids now, like, they study this in school and stuff. Like, it's part of, you know, it's a major thing in the history books. And when I was growing up, I'd never, you know, imagined. What the heck is on my face? Anyway, squirrel moment there. Anyway, like I was saying, when I was in school, you know, reading about historical events, you know, like the Civil War, you know, World War I, World War II, Pearl Harbor, you know, all that stuff you read about in history books. And like, you sit there and you think, yeah, okay, that happened a long time ago, you know, nothing's, you know, business as usual, you know, what's going to happen on this day and age, you know, we've grown out of that kind of thing. But it turns out, you know, like, no, we didn't. And it's, you know, this happens, and it's, you know, it's part of history and all that stuff. And like I said, kids and stuff are learning this in school. And of course, they were never here to see it, and, you know, but just can't wrap my head around 18 years at all. I just can't wrap my head around that. Yeah, 18 years. Before we know it, it'll be 20, 30, you know, up and up and up. And to us, well, at least to me, it's just like I said, like yesterday or a couple months ago or even last year. But no, it's been 18 years. So, yeah, I just wanted to do this little video as a tribute to 9/11, and kind of like to, you know, kind of tell you where I was when it all happened, how I found out and everything. And which, like I said, I was working at a grocery store, didn't find out anything about it until I went home. So, and just being glued to the TV while, you know, all this was happening, and seeing what happened and all that stuff. It just still amazes me, you know, the tragedy of that day. I mean, you know. But, so yeah, like I said, I want to reflect on 9/11, what happened, and I also want to dedicate this video to all the families, and, you know, that had a personal, you know, effect on this with their, you know, their loved ones that, you know, tragically, you know, lost their lives in this. And also the heroic efforts of the people of Flight 93, who was able to stop the plane from potentially hitting either the Capitol building or the White House. And, you know, just wow. But so this video goes out to all those people, And it also goes out to all the first responders out there. Keep doing what you're doing, and you do a great job trying to save lives and everything, so just keep doing what you're doing, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's an awesome job you guys do, and people are safer because of it. I also wanted to say that if anybody out there that's watching this has not been to the 9/11 Memorial Museum in New York, I would implore you to visit. It's very humbling when you go there and you see the artifacts that they have, the pieces of the World Trade Center, pieces of the plane, recordings, personal stories of people calling from the planes, calling from their office buildings to their loved ones to tell them they love them one last time and everything. So, I mean, it's if you haven't experienced it, I implore you to experience it. I've been to the memorial in New York. I've been there twice. So, the only thing I haven't done yet, not because I don't want to or whatever, but I just haven't had the time to go to the Flight 93 Memorial. But one day I do hope to get there. I really do. Because I want to see what's there and everything. So even if you've never been to there like me, I would suggest that when you get some time, like I should, go visit that and see what's there, and just learn from the experience, soak it in, and just, like I said, part of history. So that about does it for this video. Really, like I said, I just wanted to touch on the 18th anniversary of 9/11, let you know where I was when it all happened, how I found out, and everything. So, like I said, this video is dedicated to all the families out there, to the loved ones, and all the first responders, and just anybody that's connected to this. This is dedicated to you. But as always, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and give it a like, give it a share, hit that bell for notifications on future videos, and so I guess I'll see you on the next video. So God bless America. Bye.